Pikachu.
Pokemon Journeys is fucking awesome. It is probably my favorite show currently airing right now. I've been keeping up with Journeys since the series started and it has not been disappointing so far. Now I'll admit, I did not watch the Pokemon anime growing up. If you know me, that shouldn't be a surprise. I started watching the XY series around the end of 2018 and that alone hooked me into the anime and Pokemon in general. Despite that I still haven't finished it. I'm on the last season. Afterwards, I checked out a good chunk of episodes from the OG series, Advanced, Diamond and Pearl, and... So I'm pretty much a fan of the anime now, and Pokemon Journeys has been enjoyable as hell so far. Now there's only 22 episodes as of now, and since the show is on hiatus due to life, along with the English dub on the horizon, I think now's the best time to talk about why Pokemon Journeys is so good. The premise for Journeys alone is very engaging. Now the basic plot of every Pokemon series before this was Ash going through 8 gyms in a region with his buddies, getting the badges, then competing in a league at the end of the series, pretty much like the games. But what really helped make those stories memorable were the characters and the arcs they went through. I'm fine with the formula, but after 7 series it starts to get a little stale. Well, okay, Sun and Moon had a more slice-of-life comedy approach due to Alola as a region being small, and had Ash doing grand trials and... Power Rangers? I don't know. But that was because the same applied to the games doing grand trials and switching things up. Well, Journeys decides to say fuck that to the gyms and leagues because now that Ash has finally won a league, he, along with his new companion Go, are traveling the whole world. That means going to every region, including Galar, and seeing every single Pokemon. I love irony. Basically, Ash and Go are now research assistants to the new character Professor Cerise, and pretty much travel the whole world to gather new data on Pokemon. This is great since Journeys isn't held back by the games. It can do whatever it wants now. The show's premise ties in with Ash and Go's goals as well. In this series, Ash, after watching Leon become the Pokemon World Champion by defeating Lance, is trying to get his way into the Pokemon World Championships by climbing the ranks and defeating different trainers around the world with ranks higher than him so he can eventually battle Leon. Go, on the other hand, wants to catch every Pokemon in every region, so hopefully it'll lead him to Mew. Journey so far does a great job tying its episode plots with the main character's goals, to the point where a filler episode of Go trying to catch every Kanto Pokemon isn't technically filler because it's part of Go working towards his goal in the series. While we're on the topic of the characters, I want to go more in depth because the characters in Journeys are really promising. I honestly feel as if Ash had a natural progression throughout the Kanto to Sinnoh series. He started out as a newbie who didn't even know the basics to catching and battling Pokemon. He was also very brash and cocky.
He's never lost a single match.
Until now. He hasn't come up against somebody like me.
Stop! However, as time went on, he started happily taking advice from others and developing his own unpredictable battle style, along with gaining his stupidly strong passion for Pokemon and helping them become as strong as they could possibly be.
Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
For some reason, Black and White reset his entire character, making him forget nearly everything. He forgot how to catch a Pokemon. How the fuck? XY then decided to have Ash be the best he's ever been in terms of skill, along with an arc surrounding his bond with his Greninja. Sun and Moon continued his character progression as he wins the league by defeating his rival Gladion and becomes champion. Now we're at Journeys, and I gotta say, I love what they're doing with his character so far. He retains his battling skills from XY and Sun and Moon and sort of serves as a mentor to Go as he teaches him how beautiful the Pokemon world can be from his point of view. He's a very goofy kid and still has those moments of him being a doofus for comedic effect, but they're timed properly and don't make his entire character look like a complete joke. Especially since when in battle, he is no joke and kicks ass. However, there's actually a sense of maturity to his character in Journeys, the feeling that he has grown from his experiences previously. For example, in the episode where Go is about to leave Raboot due to feeling like it might be better off without him, when Go is about to go through with it, Ash asks a very good question. This could harken back to that episode in the OG series where Pikachu finds a whole clan of Pikachu and seems happier than he ever did with Ash, leading to Ash nearly leaving Pikachu for his buddy's benefit in a heartbreaking moment. This could be Ash using what he's learned to make sure Go is doing the right thing. Another example is when Ash travels to the Vermilion Gym to battle Viskys in order to get his rank up. Ash uses the same strategy he used in his battle with Surge by having Pikachu use his Iron Tail to literally hold his ground against her Raichu, which is an awesome callback. Ash's new goal in this series is great too. Now that he's the Alolan champion, the next big step in his mind is the World Championships. It's fun seeing him battle so many trainers around the world, and it's so refreshing seeing the anime treat Ash's character with a lot of respect, by making him a competent trainer with him having his usual unpredictable battling style while still kicking ass. Hopefully as the series goes on, he trains and bonds with his Pokemon team in order to beat Leon later on. Oh yeah, I should mention that Ash caught a Dragonite, Gengar, and Riolu. The Riolu catch was especially hyped since the episode calls attention to Ash being able to connect with it through Aura, which was first shown in Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Maybe we'll have another Ash Greninja situation? Go is also a very fun character to watch. He has a similar passion for Pokemon to Ash, but approaches it in a more analytical and logical way. While Ash connects with Pokemon by training and battling with them, Go connects with Pokemon by catching them to have more info on each one. This makes for a great dynamic between the two characters as they both coincide and differ from each other when it comes to their viewpoints on Pokemon. There is a really well handled but also hilarious scene in the third episode where Ash is trying to help an Ivysaur, but Go states if a Pokemon can't help itself, then it doesn't have the full strength to live and is basically done for. Easy, Go, let the kid be freaking happy, damn! His way of life comes into play when his Scorbunny wants to learn a fire type move, and Go states that what Scorbunny has is fine and should work with what he's got. Bitch, he is a fire type and only has quick attack and double kick. This betrays what Scorbunny did back before he started traveling with Go, helping other Pokemon live out on their own and teaching them stuff they never knew they could do before. Hopefully later down the line, Go tries new things and doesn't simply stick to what he can do. Go's journey involves him trying to catch as many Pokemon as he can to fill out his dex, which will hopefully lead him to Mew. The reason for him wanting to catch Mew is due to him and his friend Koharu encountering the mythical Pokemon when they were little kids. His original intent was to simply catch Mew, but realizing that's aiming way too big, and the fact that Scorbunny enters his life, he is now trying to work his way up there. I do like him as a character, but I'm not too sure about the way his goal is being handled. Instead of battling in order to catch, he instead does it the Pokemon Go way, hence his name, and simply throws the Pokeball hoping it sticks. First off, this doesn't make sense in the world of the series, as it's always made clear that the way to catch a Pokemon is through a battle or by befriending them. Now all of a sudden Pokemon are up for grabs? Why don't we see anyone else doing this? Oh yeah, because we gotta advertise. Plus, Go isn't really struggling at all when it comes to catching Pokemon. It took him one episode to get all the Kanto bugs. Part of why Pokemon is so fun to watch is seeing each character struggle at what they're doing so they work through it. And it's more satisfying when the characters finally achieve what they were working towards. That's why when Ash won the Alola League, it was a crowning moment, as this is what Ash tried to work towards for years. Go is catching Pokemon left and right in this show, and it gets a little tiresome to watch. I don't know how they can make Go have an arc surrounding catching them all, but Journeys has done a great job on everything else, so it's possible. Go, Scorbunny, or Reboot is adorable though, and if anything happens to it, I will take Nate. Team Rocket makes a return in Journeys because of course they do, and here's a little known fact about Fonzo. I don't like Team Rocket. The XY series was a bad first impression when it came to them because constantly they would just insert themselves into the plot when they didn't need to be there. There could be a Rhyhorn race going on and out of completely nowhere with no build-up, Team Rocket would show up for no reason. Well, you know, besides doing their usual shtick of trying to get Pikachu. I like it whenever they're used as actual characters and not a simple plot device or just shoved into episodes because we'll die if they're not. Journey sadly doesn't entirely fix this problem for me, but rather reduces the amount of times they appear. At one point, they didn't appear for 4 episodes in a row, which is nice so the main characters get as much development as possible without these clowns ruining everything. They are still used as sheer plot devices from time to time though, like the episode where they are ultimately the ones who push Dragonair to evolve into Dragonite. However, other times they'll just kind of be in the background doing their own funny shit. Hell, there's even an episode where this Ditto is having trouble with its acting career, and Jessie, being a person who loves fame and considers herself worthy to be a star, tries to help out the Ditto and bring its talents out. Team Rocket can still be funny while also feeling like actual people, not just a punchline. The newbie characters like Professor Cerise and Koharu are nice additions as well, and I hope they get more focus as Journeys goes on. So far, Cerise is just a normal professor who has funny moments here and there, but his daughter, Koharu, has a lot of potential for character development. There's an episode where she's shown to be somewhat cold towards Yamper, despite him loving Koharu very much. And there's a scene where she's asked to share her thoughts about her future, and being the daughter to the professor, everyone assumes she's gonna be like her dad, when in reality, Koharu doesn't even know what she really wants. It's then she has a moment with her mom, and she states that Koharu doesn't need to set her future in stone. Many things will be thrown at her, and it's Koharu's own choice on what she wants to do when she's grown up. Damn, why is Pokemon of all things making me think about my life? Enough about the characters and stories presented. I want to talk about the actual presentation of Journeys. Now, I'm of the opinion that Pokemon visually never looked that great until XY. And even then, in XY, you could tell where they were putting their money towards. The anime always looked fine, but characters weren't always the most lively when moving, and battles a lot of the time were slow and clunky. That is until XY started using a 3D camera to move around the battle sequences and have different angles. Then Sun and Moon had a different art style entirely that made everything softer looking and not rely too much on detail and shading, which made for better movement during battles. Journeys continues this, but makes corners a little sharper, characters have bigger eyes, and have everything just look a little more refined. Not to mention, like Sun and Moon, the movements the characters make are wonderfully over-exaggerated and make for some really cool looking action scenes. This kind of animation makes battles very lively and fluid, not to mention helps the comedic moments work really well too. Part of me misses the 3D camera in XY that could roam around the entire battle, but I can't deny how amazing Journeys looks. There will be these cool jagged outlines that describe how fast Pokemon are, and these sick camera angles that make battles very engaging. Also, Pokemon Journeys got a new composer, Yuki Hayashi, who also composes the music for My Hero Academia. So far, he's been doing a fantastic job on the soundtrack. Every piece of music is a joy to listen to and make a lot of scenes very memorable. The music in Leon and Lance's battle especially kicks serious ass. Go listen to the soundtrack, it's fantastic. So to conclude this random review, I think Pokemon Journeys so far is a very enjoyable watch. The main duo protagonists are great together and have amazing chemistry. The new things Journeys brings to the table are extremely welcome in my eyes. And the animation is absolutely stunning to look at and makes for some of the most engaging action scenes I've ever seen in Pokemon to date. If the show keeps this momentum going and plays its cards right, Pokemon Journeys will definitely be something really special.